Welcome to the Hard Rapp Cafe. I'm your host, Rocky Dennis. On this week's episode, co-hosted by Smoke God, I'll be interviewing Troy Ketchmore as we discuss life, legacy, incarceration, and redemption, as well as Troy's Kruthic affiliation, music history, and the effects of hip-hop on today's youth. We'll also shed light on his non-profit organization, Ketchmore Kids, founded by Chanel and Troy Ketchmore, and its outstanding advocacy and mentorship programs. And finally, it's time to celebrate and honor others as we salute the annual Black Excellence Gala, convening each year on November the 29th. So tune in as we tap in with Troy Ketchmore.
Come. Come on, baby. Come. Come. There you go. That's right, Ma. That's right. That right there. That's right. That right there. That right there. Thank you, Lord. There you go. That right there. Chanel, big bro, that right there. That right there, bro. Yeah. That part.
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah. That's right.
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
Troy Ketchmore, welcome to the platform. Hard Rapp Cafe. What's going on, brother?
What's happening? I'm good, bro. How y'all doing?
We doing great. Greatness manifested.
Look at you in the dark night.
Yeah, this is a long time coming, man. So I want to jump right into it. Who is Troy Ketchmore? And how do you describe the work you do today?
Born in Newport, bad news. Well, then it was just Newport News. I'm a downtown kid, born and raised, I guess. Well, I actually grew up in Atlanta mostly, and Philadelphia. But VA is where I earned my bones, so this is my home. I was born here, then I left as a child. Moved to Philly, then moved to Atlanta, and came back here. And, that's where I've been.
So what time did you move to Virginia after, being born and leaving?
I came back here, I think I was around 12. I left Atlanta. My best friend got kidnapped and murdered, and I was almost with him. And after that happened, with the Atlanta child murder stuff, my mom, she sent me and my sister here that summer. And we've been here ever since,
Damn, so hold on, Ketch. So you was part of the Atlanta child murders scenario?
I was almost a part of it.
Almost a part of it. That's what I mean. I'm saying, as far as you was around the time when it was going on, you was in the area as it was transpiring.
Yes.
Damn.
Best friend Jeffrey Matthews got we stayed on East Ontario, the West End, and I went to J.C. Harris. Never forget it, throwing the football in the yard, and his mama said, come go get me some cigarettes. And I was like, I wanted to go with him. I was pouting. My mom was like, no, hell no, you going home. And we went home, and later his sister came knocking on the door. Is Jeffrey down here? Mom said no. Then you hear people move around. She said, lock the door and open the door. And I just hear people moving all night. I was trying to stay up and be nosy, but I went to sleep, woke up, they were still moving around. And Yeah, he never came home. On his body's like 60 days later in the woods.
So you were 12 years old?
No, I was actually 7 or 8. But she sent us down here that summer. Then we eventually came back. Eventually, by the time I'm 12, we moved back. We're good.
Okay, yeah, that I know that people probably have heard of that. If not, y'all go look up that time. The Atlanta child murders. That was a very
early 80s.
Yeah, that was the 80s. Yeah, shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Then they put it on Wayne Williams, and everybody know he didn't do it. You know.
Right.
But they needed. The city was in panic. They needed somebody. You know, so you know how that go. But never forget it, you know. Story on CNN when I was in prison, I sat there and watched that joint, you know. And that to this day, that joint give me the chills, like, because I remember that time. You know, they had all kids around the bed to sleep out a window and everything. And so that's a part of what made me, you know, defensive and quick to do something like things like that, you know?
Right.
Yeah, growing up. Shit.
Coming to Virginia, what are some of the, you know, your earliest memories of touching down in Virginia?
Coming here that summer, running around, all the freedom I had, like, because I stayed with my aunt and them, but shit, they ain't hardly watch me, so I got to run wild, you know, out the Ville. I'm running wild. They got big fields, they got kids everywhere. We just staying out later than I would normally stay out, you know, and, you know, getting into stuff. You know.
What school did you go to? What was the first school that you attended at that time?
I believe it was Magruder Middle School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to Magruder, you know, and it was, you know, the VA was, I love the VA. Philly or Atlanta, they big. It was huge.
Right.
You know, but down here it's like, yeah.
So when did the streets take effect? Like, when did you realize that you were in the streets? You know what I mean? At what point?
I guess high school. Early high school. Well, actually, no. Right before high school, you know, just fighting a lot and getting in trouble, and you know, the little car to take you to the big car, and just, you know, want to be tough. And downtown was rough, so you had to fight every day downtown. You know, Wayne Johnson, you got to fight Wayne. That's why I be looking at kids now, they be talking about bullies or somebody joking them and shit. Shit, we rode the bus with Stacey Slaughter on the bus every day. So you talking about joking? You had to fight dudes like Wayne. Come to the bus stop with new shoes and he ain't got nothing. He gonna step on them. Like,
so Wayne was like the gooch.
Wayne was built for fighting. Wayne was that one that you gotta, but you know, he was really key and really toughening me up. I give it downtown, boy, you had to put your work in with these, so, you know, it was a many days. You know, we fought each other, fighting everybody else. On the other side, I saw Frankie Danny Thomas. You know, he was like the Rich Porter, young boy from New York, come down with the fly goose, with the new sneakers you ain't seen, like, you name it. So my eyes was glued on Frankie. That was my guy, you know. He really taught me a lot of the game.
What high school? What? Because you said, you know, right, kind of after middle school, before high school. So what high school did you go to?
Ferguson.
Oh, you went to Ferguson?
Yeah, I went to Ferguson. You know, but by the end, like, you know, shit, it was official downtown. You know, me, Wayne, Kenneth, Willie Hardy when he won in juvenile, but all of us, you know, we was in Ferguson.
Man, you mentioned the name Willie Hardy. Now, my brother Kuda used to tell me so many stories about Willie Hardy. Now, one of them, he said, man, this man will come to your house and get you from the dinner table, man, while you eating with your family, man. It's time to go. We got to go. You know what I'm saying? Kuda, I heard about Willie Hardy, man. So to hear that name is incredible. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that you were in the midst of these type of individuals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, once upon a time, yeah. DC Dogs, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Willie, Wayne, there's a whole lot of us out there, but we was the youngest that came up together, though.
Right.
You know, you had the older dudes older than us, but we were the young ones that really, like, started a lot of the ish downtown, you know?
So speaking of the old heads, what did they teach you, or what didn't they? You know what I mean? What did you learn from the older guys at that time?
You know, I was real inquisitive, so I watched a whole lot. I watched a lot of old heads hustle on the blade, Jefferson Avenue. You know, I would ride my bike up and down, you know, and I would watch them literally hustle. The Four Horsemen, Lonnie Moore and them, you know. I watched the New York dude or out of towners, you know, I had to pay pretty much to be up there on that blade, you know. That's how terrible Nelson and all of them was. But you know, the ones that were on that blade, I watched a lot of them New York boys get that money. I did a whole lot of watching them, you know, and they would toughen us up. They groomed us just like they were. We get beefs and stuff, they make us handle it right then.
How did hip hop influence your life growing up in Virginia at this time?
Well, actually, I fell in love with hip hop when I stayed in Georgia. Like, I used to listen to the radio all the time, and used to watch the videos, and like, you know, I wanted to be a rapper. Like, I didn't have a jump shot, I didn't have 4.2 speed. I knew that early. I wanted to be a rapper, or I wanted to box, you know. My pops would turn me on to Sweet Pea Whitaker early, so I used to watch Sweet Pea Whitaker. I wanted to either box or rap. And you know, I had a little tape recorder, and I used to sit there and I used to say little raps in that tape recorder and play it back and do it over and over, you know.
Who was your first favorite rapper? Or what was your favorite song that kind of sparked you into hip hop? Your favorite song and your favorite rapper?
My favorite song and rapper, I liked MC Shy D because I was in Georgia and they played MC Shy D all the time. You talking about favorite rapper? I had favorite rappers. Should I go back to Run DMC? I love Eric B. and Rakim was like, that was the model for me. Cool as Rakim was, you know, they had the Gucci suits and the jewelry and all that. Coogee Rap, like Bismarcky, like I just loved it all. Like, you know, I loved hip hop. I loved the culture. I loved the dress, the swag. Like, I was like, that's me. That's me right there. Then when I met Frankie, I was like, that's all I saw was hip hop. We started rapping and stuff. We was rapping. I used to write both our raps. And we get on the stage at talent shows and we do it, you know.
Did you have a name for you and your homie? Did y'all have a group name? Or what did you call yourself?
No, my first rap name, well, when I came to VA, I met a dude named Castlewell Fresh. He the one really honed my skills and got me right. Our Wood song. Well, they called it Chantilly when we stayed out there. So we had a group called the MC Mob. You know, we used to do talent shows and all of that. That's where I first started performing and got my feet wet with the MC Mob at Castlewell. Yeah.
So when did you meet Mousy and Crew Thick?
I knew Mousy, you know, I was hustling. You know, this is during my hustling era, getting money. So I knew Mousy. I used to see him when we went to the Legion all the time. And I had got locked up. Then I came home, and Mouse was one of the first people I seen when I came home. So we hung out for a few days, you know. And I think we was riding. I started rapping to this beat. He was like, word. He was like, take your seat to my man. He do beats, so he took me to Plex. And that night, Plex played the beat, and I dropped something, you know. And he let Ian Rod hear it. So the next day they called me over there. I came over there. Ian Rod was there, and with Mousy.
Hold on, explain it to the world who Ian Rod is, to Crew Thick.
Well, E was show the microphone Hellraiser back then. Eric Jackson and Roddy Illicit, you know, my son.
And they had a group called what?
No, their group was Mad Rugged.
Yeah.
It was a group. I was solo, so they dropped the beat and we going, we spitting, you know what I mean? And you know, it was like, man, we can Crew Thick, man. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, cool, because I was like, okay, I'm going to rap again, you know, and get money. All right, I'm with it. And then Plex had a group called The Next Man, which was Kamal and Remedy.
I wanted to ask you, how does it feel, you know what I'm saying, to like have, you got some legendary songs. You started off with Struggle and Strive, you feel me? Then the Gimmick's Over. Like the Gimmick's Over, we put out an album called The Gimmick's Over, Respect to You. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we before that though, we was doing a show in '95 at the Ibex. You know what I'm saying? But going up to the Ibex, I remember, I don't know if it was that day. I don't know when you did it, the day of, the day before, during the week. But you did another Crew Thick classic. You know what the name of that song was?
Myself. That was the one.
Damn right.
That was the one.
I just remember that was like the whole energy of us going to DC to do that show. We was vibing off that song. That song was the zeal and the fuel that we used to go up to DC to do the show at the Ibex.
If I was allowed to stay on the street and work that song, that was the one. That was the one that changed everything. That song right there. And when I get it off these masters I got, wait till you hear it. It's still, because it's a classic. It hits today, watch. You know, I just got to get it off these.
Was that a record? I just want to know, was that a record that you thought of and took your time, it took a week, or
Nope.
did it just come through you and it just came spontaneously?
Shy did that beat. Shy hit me. Shy hit me one morning. Shy hit me in the morning. It was like, yo, I'm going to the studio. I got this beat. I was like, all right, let's go. I heard the beat that morning. I'm in the studio writing a verse. Well, I pick E up, take him over there, but I'm in the studio writing a verse. We make the hook, everything that morning. Everything was made that morning. Within hours, it was a rough take. We did it. Like, I ain't have time to really go back in, do it over, perfect it. Like, it was done like that. Tim Dog had brought, I was in my store opening up. I had it playing that morning. And Tim Dog brought Raekwon from Wu-Tang in there. He sat down, he was rolling the blunt. Then I said something, he jumped up, he was like, ooh, who is that? I was like, that's me. He was like, word, that's you? You shopping your shit? I was like, no, I'm still in the lab. He said, that joint fire. It was just playing when they came in. Raekwon the chef, if he see me and I bring that to his attention, he gonna be like, yo, yep, yep.
So, Smoke, I hear you keep saying about this this show in DC now. This is something that I wanted to hear about from both of you guys because I wasn't there, but what happened, what transpired when y'all went to DC to do this show at the Ibex, this legendary Crew Thick performance?
So we was well, actually we was performing on a ticket. Common was there, so we had gone. We actually did the show. Then we was going to McDonald's to get something to eat. We was tired. It was late, and sitting in the car, I had got out my car and got in the car with Nakash, and we was talking, and I just hear a commotion, and this Shank, one of our homies, had went up there with us. He got one arm, but the police don't know that. And it was during the time where it was a dude up DC was killing cops. Like the whole city was on panic. Like the cops wanted to kill that dude, and dude was getting away. They on the way, and Shank was like getting into it at McDonald's. The dude that was working at security, his partner had got killed by the dude, so they got him there on like a soft duty. And Tank was like, yo, that bag could be used as your tombstone. Yeah, so they just spilled out into the parking lot, and he was trying to handcuff Shank, and he couldn't find his arm because he didn't have but one arm. So he was petrol thinking Shank arm was on a gun or something. He just kept saying, you know, back up, hurry up, hurry up. And, you know, he was panicking. And that's all you hear is sirens everywhere. Don't nothing move, snatching everybody out the cars. You had America's Most Wanted pull up out there. Like they was just having their way, and everybody was going to jail, you know, except the ones that slid off. But they took like, what, 13 of us. Everybody went to jail. They shut it down. They locked her. The whole city knew they had locked us up.
This is what I wanted to ask you because they was cop killing, and I remember when they had us all in the holding cells, they had, for whatever reason, I never got to ask you this question, but they kept a whole bunch of cops kept trying to come in your cell and Bloody Red cell, and I think they was trying to take pictures of your mouth or grill. I don't know. The only thing I could think, because both of y'all at the time had golds in y'all mouth.
Came at me and Swill, and because we had the grills, and I guess whoever the dude was, he had a grill or braces or something, you know, and so they was looking at it, was really messing the Swill hard because they thought Swill was the dude, you know, but it turned out that they knew it wasn't us. They eventually ran into the dude. I think they killed the dude, you know, but we ended up, long story short, we ended up getting out, and I come back to VA and shit.
So this was 95.
Yeah, I'm home and caught my case March 8th.
Yeah, so that's what I was getting to. So coming home from that situation, getting back to Virginia, what led to your incarceration?
Well, I came home, got back getting it, doing what I do. Then it's just like this particular day, man. Yeah, this shit, I actually crazy because I had my man S from New York. I had he used to manage a rapper and shit. I ain't gonna say his name, but I had a show. He had a group. They had a Nothing Nice. They had a song, Froggy Style. I had a show that night at Picasso's. I was supposed to open up and all this, and they waiting on me, and everybody hitting me up and all this, man. The whole time I'm in that jail, like, man, I'm supposed to be at the show. You know what I mean? But early that day, I had went, you know, see my boy and take him a gift, and got into a situation with, you know, dude that had a daughter by the young lady.
Mm-hmm.
You know, put me in a situation, man. I was trying to be daddy, but end up leaving. Dude follow me. He was disgruntled, and I ain't even messing with her. But I'm like, you keep following me for we get into it. He reach, I reach. One thing led to another. Shootout started. And my man in the car, Dex, got hit by mistake. I rushed him to the hospital. They end up locking me out. No bond. And 27 years later, I'm innocent. The family made it home 2021. So,
Yeah, that's a hell of a situation, bro.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest misconceptions about prison?
That everybody deserved to be there. That it's the worst of the worst. That it's just the picture that somebody else is painting.
Right.
No, it's just like saying slavery is legal and people believe that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like slavery was never legal. But somebody paint the picture and put it out there and, say that this is law and this is what it is, then everybody else runs with that perception, right? It's just like everybody that's in prison. You got innocent people in prison. The system cares so much about the system that doesn't matter. 100 men go free versus incarcerate one innocent man. But a lot of the shit that's written is not what they're technically following. And that's the hypocrisy with the law. You'll write it, but when it gets to the justices, it's like, it's strange how people see stuff that's clear and black and white. It's really strange when this law thing is real deep. It's real deep. It's real deceptive. And when you leave it up to individuals, man, who shouldn't rightfully be on a bench, right? That's my personal opinion.
Right.
You can't enslave a people, commit every crime, never go to trial for crime, construct laws and tell people to follow it, right? That's ain't even set on more grounds. More foundation, because you was corrupt, right?
Right.
And you get old people that was raised, that come from that lineage to be the judge. So it's hypocritical, So you're gonna ask the killer to describe his crime. He gonna make himself sound good every time. But this is the thing for the law, I would never say that. I tell youngins all the time, man. I can't stand the criminal justice system. It's not fair and impartial. I would never say I don't like law and order, though. Like, I would never promote living in a society that doesn't have law and order, because I want my mom to go to Walmart and make it home safe. You know what I mean? But I hate the criminal justice system because it's not fair and impartial. The numbers show you that. Like, I got a case where forensic evidence shows that I'm innocent. And they knew it, my attorney knew it, and I ain't found out about it till I went to prison. And now you hide behind man-made time bars to keep from hearing the merits of my case. And I'm home still fighting to get exonerated. That's the hypocrisy of the system.
What policies need to change to reduce mass incarceration?
To reduce mass incarceration?
Yeah.
The economic structure of this country. That policy. As long as you have those fighting to keep what was passed on, or fighting to keep what was put in place to give them the up, they're gonna fight for that. That's just, it is what it is. They're gonna fight for that. Like, nobody's gonna just turn over power. Power is just never relinquished without bloodshed. That's what history shows. You can march till you get tired, calluses on your feet. Nobody's just gonna relinquish power. Nobody's just gonna give you success. It don't work like that. You gotta fight claw, bleed if you have to get it. And everything I've got in my life, I had to fight, claw, bleed, you name it. You know.
That's powerful, you know. So with that being said, how do you balance the grassroots community work with, you know, the government systems that move so slow?
Well, you got to take control. See, prison taught me, man. You know, when I went to prison, I thought, oh shit, they ain't gonna make me do that much time. They gave me a release sheet when I was a kid, man, in Southampton Receiving that said I get out 2032. And I kept looking at that shit and I was like, fuck no. Hell no. I got mad at it. Like, no. So now I'm forced to figure it out. Every day of my life I got up, I was motivated to figure it out. Every day I saw my mom still alive, my sister still alive, my children getting older, I was forced to figure it out. See, I was forced to focus on the real shit, so I had to go get educated. I went to school. I went to college for business. I learned history. I studied. I got amongst building sessions. Like, if you was talking about knowledge, I was there, you know? And I knew I had to really change my life and put some work in on me, first and foremost, because the way I went in, I was ill-equipped to deal with it. I be telling dudes, you kill one dude, go in the courtroom, you think you gangster. That dude on the bench done killed 12 today, and he'll be back tomorrow to finish off some more. Right? And then
Damn.
What happened to me, they played a game right over my head, a youngin'. Like, and I vowed, after that, I vowed to never be the dumbest person in the room, no more. I don't give a fuck what room I go in. I ain't gonna be the dumbest one, you know? And that motivated me to take control of what you can control. We gotta control what we can control. We can't sit around waiting. And we some waiting people, bro. I mean, we wait tables, we wait in lines, we wait on Jesus. We some waiting people, right? And that's one thing I couldn't do in prison is keep waiting, because I would have got to 2032. So I had to kickstart, get the information, get the knowledge. I always had the heart to go. I ain't scared. But, you know, I remember before I got locked up, me and a girl had sex, man. And I never forget this. After that joint, boy, she said, boy, if you ever get a brain, you're going to be dangerous. That's what she told me. And I never forgot that. You know what I mean? And that's what we had to produce. I had to get my mind right. Because you go in prison, you see dudes, man, cut up on the yard with muscles. I ain't know muscles grew. But you put a rock in his ears, sound like a pinball machine. Just good looking dummy. Bloop, 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 bloop. You know what I mean? And I ain't want to be that. So I had to get myself together so I can come take control. And I say, okay, what can we do? And me and my sister, you know, we started the organization. This is our 20th year.
So what's the biggest barrier preventing formerly incarcerated people from being successful? Information, ego, pride, and the will to go. You know, a lot of us come home and a lot of the stuff we have is outdated. Like, especially guys that jump into religion, right? And that's the first thing you do when you get a case and get in prison, you find God. That's the first thing I did. You know what I mean? God got to be in prison because everybody in prison find him, you know? So I went to find God. And, you know, I just thought if I clean my soul and I be just as nice as can be and humble as can be, and, you know, things gonna automatically just happen for me, you know? But I didn't understand how this thing worked, you know? Like even in the books, they tell you prayer without works is nothing. Trust in the law, but still tie up your camel. So I had to understand how this thing truly works, you know? That's why this on God, you know? Once I'm blessed with that energy to get up, we keep praying for blessings, and we don't ever use the blessings, you know? So we got to learn how to think. We got to get our mind right first. We got to see the board. When we start to see this thing the right way, then we can approach it the right way. But some of us in la la land, you know,
we've been beat down so much that we give it to a higher power because we don't feel like we can do it, and that ain't, you know. So the impediments are getting this right, seeing the board right, and then getting out here and have the will to go at it. No ego, no pride. Like my sister is, I tell people, my mom my hero, my sister my role model. She cleaned my name up, she showed me the road, the way, you know. So I tell people first, Chanel Ketchmore is the director of Ketchmore Kids. You know, I'm the director of programs, and I don't mind, I don't have no ego with my position. I stay in my role, I play my position. She give us our orders, we carry them out. You know what I mean? But you ain't got too many that's gonna humble themselves and move out like that, because a lot of us come out there with our chest poked out and we want everybody to follow us, you know. And if we don't want to get in line and roll, right? Or we'll roll for a little while, but as soon as we can break off and try to be the man or be the girl, you know, that's what we'll do, you know. So it's all about like subordinating your ego, your pride, you know, being a team. I take on the title as a student with hopes of being a servant, you know, and I don't mind. That keeps me grounded, because as long as you go at it like that and you're willing to always learn as a student with hopes of being a servant, it's nothing you can't do.
That's real, bro. That's dope too, man. With your sister, man. Shout out to Chanel.
Yeah, right.
So let me ask you this: 27 years, Troy. Like, that's a lifetime, especially nowadays. The youngins are checking out. Man, what was the biggest challenge re-entering society, man, after that time? You know, were you able to keep up with technology, you know, and was it like a culture shock when you came home, man? What was the biggest challenge for you re-entering, getting reacclimated with society where, you know, it stood when you were released?
Technology was new, but as a student, it intrigued me, right? I'm still learning. It's shit on my phone I still don't know how to do.
Right.
Just like with my Instagram or Facebook, they think, they say tag me in this or do that. And I'd be like, tag? I don't know how to tag you because I don't run the page. My sister run the page. She posts what she posts. We got tons of stuff. I let her do her thing because she created it. I don't get into that. You know, I may go up there and I know how to do a reel now, or I might know how to like some stuff, but other than that, I don't, you know, I know how to share something to my story, but that's it. It's limited. So, and I'm cool with that because I ain't pressed to get that savvy with a lot of the stuff that's frivolous to me. You know what I mean? But I like to use it. It's a great tool for marketing and promotion, like business, great things, getting the message out. So I try to stay in line with that, but the technology piece is one. We're gonna step it up. But as far as, you know, just watching the young people, because they're a little different than us. You know, I remember going to the gas station and there was a store, and I get out the car and I walk out and there's a dude in front of the store with a mask on, gun wrapped around here, and a gun in his pocket with the butt out, some little jeans on, and some goddamn shower shoes. And I eased on past and went in the store. Then I came out, and I'm just getting out of prison, so I'm like, the fuck? So I eased back past him, get in the car, and I was like, this shit wild. He let me go behind him, and then he let me come back behind him. I was like, the old me, I took all that. I was like, this is different. I said, now I see why a lot of them getting killed. Like, you know, that's different from when I came up. You know what I mean? But I had to understand that it's a new day. You've been gone. And like, as a student, I don't mind learning all over again, you know, but it just was a little different. And then one of the biggest impediments, and I guess I'm still dealing with, is like in prison, you know, you reform yourself, but when you get out here, you're going to be tested. And my test is like, you know, fighting to keep from handling things that get on my nerves the way I'm normally know how to handle it. You know what I mean? It's a me thing because when you used to, motherfucker, you playing with me, I'll fuck your ass. Like really handling the way we handle it, and dudes know who to play with, who not to play with. When you can't do that no more, and you got to take it on the chin and take it and stay professional because now you represent something bigger than you. That be a fight within myself. It's like the two wolves inside you. Which one gonna win? The one you feed, And it's like a fight not to feed that other wolf sometimes. Because you have motherfuckers that soft as cotton, man, and running your mouth and hate or what have you, but you be like, nigga, the old me, I would got you, I would tow your ass up, But it's like you not the old you no more. You know what I mean? So the suppression of that's a fight in itself, and not for just me. I know it's a whole lot of guys that came home that deal with that.
That's real.
Yeah.
So the people that have an issue or might not believe your transformation, what is that like? How do you prove that, or do you care about proving it to those that's like, man, he can't change, or that's Troy, I know him, you know what I mean?
No, well, I am who I am. I like to believe I left the old me in there. So I ain't into proving nothing to no individual. I'm just being who I am, right? And I'm cool with that. I like the person I am. I'm not reverting back, unless somebody try to harm me. Then nobody said I couldn't defend myself and be good at it. Because I understand the trap. It's a trap, and I understand my people real sick. So in this line of work, you got to take a lot from your own people. You're going to have to suffer a lot, I'm talking about, I suffered in prison 27 years, and for some people, that ain't even enough suffering. That ain't good enough,
Right.
Still don't want to see me on top. They still don't want to see me doing good. Like, when I was in the street, people complained. Now I'm trying to help the youth, and guess what? A motherfucker fixed their mind to have an issue with that. That's how sick we are. We are sick people, man, and I'm talking about that sickness is designed to try to draw the sickness back out of you. So they can have an aha moment and say, see, I told you,
Right.
That's why I stay away from people. I keep them away from me, man. For me, I keep them away. I stay away. I don't give a fuck about the party or who doing what. It don't even matter because I know I'm not in prison. And I know when I was in prison during that time, a lot of people was out here having the fun of their life, right? So if I go back to prison, guess what they're going to do? Have the fun of their life. They're going to be happy, calling me stupid, everything. But they're going to be happy because a candle can't shine in the sun. There's so much in competition, or there's so much, like, I'm telling you, that drives motherfuckers. But, it's like, man, you got to keep them away from you. And that's for my sanity. Keep them over there. Stay doing what's feeding my spirit and my soul. And I'm good, man.
Let me ask you this, because you said for your sanity and what feeds your spirit and soul, I see you out here in the community and you say people actually got an issue and they can hate on you uplifting and inspiring and helping the youth. How does you going into these detention centers, these juvenile facilities, and helping, how does that inspire? How does that uplift you? What does that do for Troy Ketchmore?
Shit, that's therapeutic for me. I've been told ever since I came home, you need to see a therapist. You did 27 years. You got to unpack your trauma, this, that. That is my therapist. Every time I do something to help somebody, to see one of them young guys that could be headed where I was, that's therapy for me. If I can reach him, if I can give him something, talking about it right now with y'all, that's therapy for me. You know what I mean? And it's like, it ain't even, I don't even think it's hate helping the community. It's hate based on their perception of I'm getting ahead, or I'm getting praised, or I'm making some money, I'm getting a grant, I'm getting this, and they not. And it's the crab syndrome. You understand?
The crabs in the bucket.
And then that, if you understand, if somebody give me $1 million grant, I can't take $1 million and put it in my pocket. So that tells me you really don't understand the business of this. It's checks and balances when you get grant money. But the real insult is that when you have motherfuckers that can't figure it out, and they say, I'm back in the street and I'm doing this and that. And I'm like, really? Just insult my intelligence. But, you know, the fact that I got my own company, I got a dump truck company, I can buy anything I want. I just don't have to put it out there like that. But I can buy anything. I came home with my money, right? Ain't nobody really give me nothing like that. I came home to money. I came home with mine. You know, that was my plan B that was my plan A, and all the other plans, B, C, whatever. You know, I just wanted to see how everything would look, but I had my own plan to do what I'm going to do, because you don't do 27 years and come home relying on nobody. You got to create a plan. You got to come with it. I mean, that should be your mentality. If somebody do this, that, cool. If your family there and they do this and they do that, cool. But as a grown man, like my mom used to tell me when I was in prison, was like, do you need something? You never call home for no money. I ain't call home for no money. Unless I called needed a lawyer or something, I called Chuck, and Chuck would give me another lawyer. But other than that, I only call home for the help to get out of prison. That's it. That's it. Not for zooms and whams. None of that.
Looking at things transpire, such as, you know, the draft and these things and the music that you were part of. Watching this from being incarcerated take place for these years, man, how did you feel, and were you disappointed in, you know, as far as the crew on a whole, on what should have ultimately taken place, maybe as far as the music is concerned? Because, you know, Bubba Chuck made it to the Hall of Fame. We all love the bro, and he did his thing. But is it any disappointment or letdown from any of us? I'm asking as far as myself, or, you know, real shit. Like, did I let you down, bruh?
That whole ride, when that boy got drafted, I was arguing with a dude in receiver. And I was like, man, that motherfucker going pro this year. They was like, John Thompson ain't gonna let him go. I said, man, that's the plan. He gonna play 2 years, then his ass gone. I don't give a damn. And he went pro, then it was like, dude named Baby Low, like, man, he ain't gonna get drafted. He can't start him. I said, man, that nigga going #1. So they was hating then. So I was sticking it in their face early. When he went #1, I was like, yeah, now what you gonna say? Then when he fucked Mike up, my nigga come wake me and said, man, your man, they showing it like a Rodney King beat, and he fucked Mike up. I got up there to watch, and I was like, you know what I mean? Then dudes was like, man, you don't know him. Then bam, I got some fresh pictures, like, you know, and all that. And so I was a fan. I was, man, shit. That gave me a lot of energy, because you gotta think, I got a fresh death sentence, basically. To step outside myself and to see that taking place, that shit made me smile. Like, I felt like I was winning too. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just the one locked up until I can get out. And that's right. And that was like, shit, y'all rep out there, I'ma hold it down in here. Motherfucker ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? And that's just how I went through it. So they had to put respect on it around me. And then with the music, I was like, okay, the music come, but I was patient, because I was like, getting in the league, you gotta give him time. You know what I mean? So it was time flowing. And after a while, I was like, okay, then I'm talking to guys. I'm like, okay, they working on this, that. But I was like, it's so much money coming from that NBA shit. Ain't nobody thinking about no goddamn music. And this is from me sitting there. And then I was at Sussex 1, and I come from the kitchen, man. And I put my radio on, I'm getting my shit, laying my food out, and I heard that motherfucker 40 bars come on. And I stopped and I listened. And yo, that was the dopest shit I ever heard, man. That
That shit tough, bro.
I screaming in that cell, that shit had me like, yeah, that shit gave me so much energy, right? You know. And then I was like, man, I was just eager, like I was like I was just like, when my niggas gonna drop? Because I wanted the video, I wanted to see the videos, I wanted to be like, look at such, look at, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just never happened. And then I started hearing things, and I was like, you know, that money is in place. It's a lot of politics. Then you got motherfuckers involved with Crew Thick that when they become Crew Thick. So I was like, I already knew it was a lot. And then it was a lot on Chuck because we rapped and he played ball. He was doing his part with that. And I was like, the politics, you know what I mean? And I seen it before in other crews, and I was like, you know, cause he's a ball player. He don't know the business of rap. He don't know the business of all that. So I ain't expect him to be able to orchestrate all of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had heard Rat Dad and all them was involved. I was like, yeah, shit is different now because won't none of that Crew Thick when I left.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, ain't in control no more. You know what I mean? And then E, you know, he was still the same cocky old E, but I was like, where's the when this shit coming out? Then I heard the Guns Are Us, the mixtape. I got that joint, and that joint with y'all on, that joint was crazy. And I was like, everybody I let hear this shit in there, they was like, man, them niggas crazy when they drop it. And I was like, man, I kept saying, man, if I was home, I would have been out. Nigga, I had my money. I would have been out. I would have fucking been.
Hey, listen, Troy.
You know?
Listen, Troy, is motherfucking Swill, Raw, Felon, Ryan Phoenix is my witnesses. And Danger will tell you this. And if E keep it real, he'll tell you this. I used to curse E and Raw out all the time. Because when Chuck went pro and the bullshit started happening, we actually named it The Matrix when Chuck went pro. This is I don't even think the movie was out. You know what I'm saying?
It was
because I was on the knowledge. You know, I already had been putting niggas up on the knowledge and shit. So we had called it The Matrix. You know what I'm saying? When Chuck went pro, but I used to curse Ian Raw out because they was siding with the bullshit, the fake shit. And I used to tell him all the time, I was like, man, if Troy was home, with none of this fake shit be happening. You know what I'm saying? I used to always be like, man, if Troy was home, man, well, none of this fucking fake. And because the other niggas, they didn't have nothing to do with the music. You know what I'm saying? They didn't give a fuck about the music. We created Crew Thick. The music, it had nothing to do with no street shit. We the ones that made the name Crew Thick echo throughout Hampton, Newport News, and even on the South Side or whatever. And everybody wanted to be a part of it. But when Chuck, they didn't have no power. They didn't have no control. But then after Chuck went pro, you had cats that came into power and had say-so that didn't even need to be involved. You know what I'm saying? And I used to always big you up and give you your props because I knew you was always your own man. And you wasn't going to stand for no type of bullshit.
You got to remember, I had my own shit. I had my own. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's why I said I would have got on because just take me around and get me in the places I need to be and the type of music I was making. You know what I mean? I'm talking about kicking street knowledge, talking about stuff that I'm really doing. You know what I mean? So it would have took on, and then I had the money to put behind me as well. So, you know, I had more direction because I knew more about the industry as well. You feel me? So leverage all of that, they would have took me and put me in a position to win. You know what I mean? I had the stuff to pull it off. Like E and Rob, they probably did the best they could, but you know, they learn in the industry too, and they ain't really have the power to pull away and just lock in on it because I'm gonna tell you, I can only imagine being there and you got the #1 draft pick and the hottest nigga in the league. You know what I mean? He hot, but he's still a baby. So all hands on deck, everything really got to be about him. So it's like everything else got to be on the back burner, and then the opportunities for to shoot through decisions made by people that's not even crew thick. That would be frustrating. You know what I mean, to anybody.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's one of them things, man. But it's like you were saying about the community. You know, it's frustrating, but what can you do? Like I was trying to tell Grace when we talked, my nigga, Youngin looked up to us at one point. We don't do diss videos. We don't do none of that. We man up, we go get it, and remind him why he ever looked up to us.
No, that's real shit.
Right knowledge. That's right knowledge.
The boy tried. The boy spent money. The boy lost money. The boy got beat out of money. Let's keep it real. The boy tried. Did he have all the knowledge to put it together like that? No. But we come from downtown. All of us had to learn this shit. But he tried. You can't say he didn't try. Nigga, when you run around with a couple $100,000 on your neck, the boy tried. Just like Chuck can't blame everybody for you know, betraying him or whatever, because everybody ain't betray you. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of niggas that when you ain't have a dime spent good money trying to look out. They ain't no different than an agent. He expects something later. He know you gonna get a contract. So you got some niggas that, man, would have bust their gun, would have gave their life to protect you, and would have rolled. Shit, I remember them days we was in them motherfucking spots and tore the goddamn club up, threw the jacket over your head and rushed you out to protect you. But it's like, you know, when you endure betrayal, you know what I mean, some of the shit that happened, you got to understand his paranoia and why he think and you know, looking at it the way he look at it. You know, because dude got a good heart. I take this 80,000 on my wrist and put it on yours and get me another one. You ain't gonna find too many niggas like that, man.
Nah, bro, you not, bro. You not, if any. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's like that in the world, man. So you can't say he don't have a good heart. Is he perfect? Fuck no. And I'd be the first to tell him. And we bump heads, but it is what it is. But I'd be the first to tell him I'm gonna get up raw on both sides though. Same thing I told E. You know what I mean? Stop making everything about him. About money. Man like him, nigga, go get it.
I gotta ask this question for both of y'all. This is a question I always wanted to ask both of y'all because we all part of the crew thick. And it's like a phenomenon because we got 3 niggas in the crew that got the same birthday. Danger, Catch, and Brother Chuck. AI.
Absolutely.
June 7th. And while you was locked down, man, I used to dream because when Chuck birthday parties was major, you know what I'm saying? We used to do it big in a major way on his birthday parties. You know, and to the public, that's what it was. But to us, the crew, it was Danger and Chuck birthday party. You know what I'm saying? We was celebrating both of them niggas. And I used to be like, damn, if Troy come home, man, I just want to see all 3 of y'all niggas and we just doing it way big, hella big. How do y'all feel about all having the same birthday, born day, Earth Day?
Well, I feel it's an honor, man. You know what I mean? And I always thought it was dope. And I was grateful enough and just, you know, to be able to talk to Troy a time or two on his birthday when he was incarcerated and I was with Chuck. So, you know, I always thought that was dope, man. I didn't think it was, you know, by accident that we are who we are, you know, in our own right. And everybody does great things, man, you know. So that's how I felt about it. I always thought that shit was cool as hell. And I also did always, you know, if dream is not the right word, you know, or think about a time when we could be together and celebrate that. You know what I mean? Like, in my mind, that would be, you know what I mean? That would be the ultimate birthday, you know what I mean? Because dealing with Chuck, man, we done had some hellified birthdays, you know what I mean? And you was down for 27 of them, you know what I'm saying? But you've been home for some now, you know what I mean? So that's a blessing, bro. You know what I mean? And what you got to say about that, Troy?
Man, yeah, I concur. shit, every day you're alive, man, it's great. Then it's like, you got a few guys that's derived from the same situation, man. They got the same birthday, so that's dope. We actually spent our last joint together. Yeah, that was actually dope. And it's like, man, you blessed to get 50 more. Like, it's going
Real shit.
Gonna happen. Like,
yeah. For the people, that would be just a fun fact. You know what I'm saying? That that's real. You know what I mean? And I want to just touch on one more thing before we get to the Ketchmore Kids Foundation and all the things you got going on, bro, because you popping out here. I'm gonna just say it like that. So this came about in a conversation we had off camera not too long ago, recently. And it's crazy because you brought it up, Troy, and I had this on my mind in the recent, weeks. For some reason, it was just popping in my head. And the question is, did we think, as far as a crew, as far as musically, we were better than we actually were?
Yeah, a whole lot of us. Whole lot of us. We had, listen, in the early 90s, I think we could have, we would have got on. We should have got on then. That was our time. We would have did okay. How far it would have went, I don't know. But I think some of us thought we was better than we actually was, because, it's no way in the hell. And that's just me, like, as an artist. You ain't gonna expose me to major artists and get me on the track with, like, give me an opportunity. Like, man, when I went to prison, man, I ended up writing over 500 songs. Like, I got into my essence as an artist. I have no doubt. I knew I could have did great things in that industry. It's times now where I feel like I can go in the studio now and put some shit down. It's just, I'm 53. That's behind me. It's over with. Some of us gotta bury that shit, put it to rest, let it go. Just like the tough guy shit. Like, that shit is over with, man. It's over. It's time to move on to the next phase of your life. And rap is not mine. You know what I mean? My son, I got 2 sons that rap. Nice. But yeah, I think we could have did it then, but we had a lot to learn. We wasn't developed artists right then. We thought we were, but as I went through it in prison, I understood that, damn, I'm so much better now than I was then. Like, I could get on the stage and really hold a crowd and perform. You know what I mean? When back then, we thought we knew how to perform, but we didn't fucking know how to perform. All this old slick way to say how you kill somebody and all that shit.
Right.
That shit, I listen to some of it, and it's like, putting all these words together, and and I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? Because I listen to the old jokes sometime,
It's crazy you say that, because I did the interview, and shout out Ambassador Rick, man. They got a project, The Spooks, that sat by the speaker.
Yeah, I like it.
And yeah, it's dope, man. He said something to me during that interview that was insightful. He was like, man, I got so much music I can't even let, like, my grandma or my peoples hear. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was really insightful. You know what I mean? And that stuck with me. You know what I mean?
While I was crew thick, you know who motherfuckers like Quasimoto used to give me hype, but the fucking Born Naturals.
Loved them.
The Born Naturals were ready. Them motherfuckers was ready. That boy DX, Q, like, if you listen, you can go back and listen to their shit now. Their shit, DX talk, that you can listen to his old shit and you'll like it today. Like, but our shit was different. We had our own style. That's why I said we would have did something. I don't know for how long. But that shit DX and them, is because you can listen to it and relate to it today.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Where did the Pusha T relationship develop? Where did that come from?
Bush has been like a godfather to my son since he was a kid, man. Biggie, Shay was braiding Push hair, and Biggie been around Push like growing up his life. So, you know, he turned Push on. You know, Push got involved with me. That's his kid, a youngin', and his dad. So he know the story. He grew up knowing the situation, and you know, he was putting my shit on his page, pushing, you know what I mean, bringing attention and stuff. And then when I got out, like the first person when I got in one of the, cause they had like 5 trucks lined up. When I got in the truck, he the first one on the FaceTime saying, "Welcome home, what?" You know.
Damn right.
But he's so old school. He's the type, man, like your word is your bond. We did like that. You know, I'm at my luncheon speaking. He just walk in. I didn't even know he was coming. But
that's dope, man.
When I was doing my podcast, I was like, man, I called him. Said, man, I want to interview you, man. We can make it happen. I was like, all right, I'll hit you up. As soon as I hit him up, he had time. You in town? I said, man, you think we can meet in Norfolk State? He's like, yeah. We go to Norfolk State. He pulled right up in the Maybach truck by himself. Come up in there, like that. And I said, you old school, boy, you my type of dude. See, and that's how I am. Right. Like, them types can call me anytime. Like,
yeah, I can attest to that, bro, because, you know, when we reached out, man, you definitely obliged, bro, and you've always been there to support brothers. After all the stuff you went through, you still be there, like, with words of encouragement, you know what I'm saying, positivity, bro, and that mean a lot for you to be on Hard Rap with us, you know what I'm saying? Like, we try to show love to our folks, man, and highlight, you know what I mean, people doing their thing, and that's what this is about. You know, when it first started, people didn't know what it was gonna be, so they was taken aback when they see certain names, and after we got going, you know, they kind of took a breath and like, okay, this shit cool, you know what I'm saying? But you definitely, you know, support, man, and we appreciate that the utmost, man. So, Ketchmore Kids, man, you know, it's so powerful what you're doing for the youth. You know, that spark. You know, I know you mentioned your sister Chanel, and, you know, and we're not speaking to her now, but we talking to you, but how did that come about? You know what I mean? What got the ball rolling on Ketchmore Kids, man?
Well, I mean, it was started by my sister, you know. After I got locked up, you know, she started 95, really, doing stuff for the community. She wanted to do something dedicated to her brother, make a difference. You know, that my incarceration affected her like that. You know, she was always one that followed my lead, so, you know, she started Ketchmore Kids. This our 20th year. You know, people throw shots or somebody doing it for the money, all this, and I'm like, man, you do know I did this in prison before I hit a release date. Before I hit a parole date, I did this in prison. You know what I mean? And if you out here, you wouldn't know that. I'm doing programs and they're working with the youth and stuff, the gang members and all that in prison. Before I hit a parole date, I did this. Before I hit a grant, I did this. You know, my sister we did this for years with our own money. You know, no grants. Before people knew what a nonprofit was, we were doing this work, you know. And my sister started it, man. Like, I'm talking about from all the way from here to Charlotte. You know, we walked away from a $300,000 money in Charlotte because they was trying to be too controlling. We was like, they can have that. Came back here and got working. You know, walked away from money. You know, so and she sent a letter in the prisons while guys was running around getting the tobacco in the sack. You know, we doing a nonprofit. I mean, to the point where all the guys in there loved it. They was like, man, you know, they sent money or, you know, trying to do something to support because it was dope. Everybody was loving it. They was feeling it. This young girl had started a nonprofit. You know what I'm saying? You know, now we look and a lot of guys come home, got nonprofits now, and they'll tell you Chanel Ketchmore sparked them to do that.
I want to ask the question. I kind of asked it before, but I want you to go expound upon it a little deeper, man, because like I said, just knowing you, knowing your family, your sister and your mom, what does it feel like to have the greatest sister on the fucking face of the planet Earth and the greatest mother, Mama Ketchmore? You know what I'm saying? When you see your sister, how does that make you feel? When you see your mama, how does that make you feel?
Oh, man, listen, it's what I live for, you know. Do you know how hard I had to fight? How many times I had to bite my lip? How much growing up I had to do, man, to make it back to them? You know what I mean? And I would see homies lose their moms, lose their family members, and I'm like, I gotta get out this joint. I can't be in this joint my mama leave here. You know what I mean? I may never make it out this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So that was like number uno, because for the longest, it was us. It was us three. You know what I mean? You know, and it's like, shit. Like I tell people, my mom is my hero, my sister is my role model. You know, and I stand on that. Now they got me back, you know, I'm that strength. So I'm just doing my job, doing what I'm supposed to do. You know, and to have her is like our roles are overstood. To have the goal of this nonprofit stuff, that part is straight. And then I do what I do. She know. Now I got my brother on the ground. That part is straight. So, you know, that makes us.
So y'all like the Wonder Twins?
Yeah.
Activate.
Yeah. You ain't gonna find, like, you can try to duplicate it, but these two right here, I don't care what room we get in. You know, we done been in some rooms all the way to the White House. We done been all the way to the White House. You know what I mean? A meeting with the Office of Violence Prevention. And yeah, ain't no room too big for us.
Now, when you speaking to the kids and you uplifting the kids, can you see as you inspiring and giving them knowledge and the effect that you having on them, and certain kids that you grooming and teaching, can you see in their eyes? Because you can probably see, like, I was them at one point in time, you know what I'm saying? And can you see in their eyes and tell that what you doing is going to have a lifelong changing effect on them?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see myself all over again. I could look at the kid, I could talk to the kid for a few minutes, and I know your life. You know, because a lot of it is symbolic to mine. So I know what to tell them. You know, I know where to take them to show. And when they get home, I'm there. They call catch. See, it ain't just going in detention and talking to them. No, I'm building a bridge so when they come home, I'm saying, instead of you going back to the dudes that got you in trouble, come to me. Let me guide you. You know, and a lot of them hit me, and you know, I'm trying to show them the way. I'm telling them, look, I know the way. I done been there. I know the answer. I'm giving you the cheat sheet to the test, because I done been where you at. I can tell you what's gonna happen next. You know, I got some of them that defaulted, ended up getting the sentence going up, but they still call me because I tell them when we connect, it's for life. So that's the best part. It's like ain't no just coming in here and telling you, giving you a good speech, or ear orgasm, you know, a sugar rush. No, it's bigger than that. These kids need more than that because they're in a fog, man, and they need to be led out that fog, you know, and getting them riled up or getting them a sugar rush. That ain't gonna be sustainable. Like, you're gonna need more than that. Hell, if that's the case, you know, the Minister Farrakhan would have been saved a whole lot of them because he a better talker than all us, you know. But you gotta really get on the ground with these kids, man, because they dealing with so many different dynamics. There's so much going on in their life, right? And the sad part is everybody ain't gonna make it. I tell them that. Some of y'all going to prison. Some of y'all gonna get killed. You know?
Does hip hop play a role in youth violence?
A big role, because the rappers are more detrimental now with their message, man, than ever. Like, they don't understand how much of a role model for those that travel their road they are. Like, how much of an example. Like, hip hop had my eyes since I was a kid. You know, everybody wants to be cool. Everybody wants to be accepted. You know, everybody wants to be able to talk that talk. Everybody want that life that they rapping about. So now when you rapping about somebody dead ops, you know, I got them, and now that's a new trend. Everybody want to talk about somebody that's dead. Coming from where I come from, you trying to get killed. That's a quick way to get killed. But now you make it cool because you hear Lil Durk, you hear King Von, you hear some of these kids rap about that, right? And I'm telling you, hip hop got their eyes glued to them like hip hop had me. It's just, you know, the rappers Rakim and them had me.
Right.
KRS-One had me. Public Enemy had me. Like, the message was different. So they made me more conscious and revolutionary. If the message is about death, they're gonna make me more of a killer. I grew up off hip. I love hip hop, but the music is killer.
Let me ask you this question, Troy, because you in the jail, the detention centers, you come from prison. I'm pretty sure you're still dealing with the prison system. Can you talk or expand what you think about the music industry and the privatized prison industrial complex, and how a lot of the labels have invested in the privatized prison industrial complex, and they also take out insurance on these rappers that's getting killed? Can you speak on that? And what's your thoughts on that?
It was I just saw, if I'm correct, I think it was, I saw somewhere MCA, RCA, MCA, one of those was directly connected to Geo, which is, Geo is a private prison, you know. But if you look at it from the standpoint of the music, if I'm a record label and I'm investing in private prisons, that's a win-win, because if my artist is engulfed in beefs, he rapping about death and destruction, okay, I'm gonna get money off him now, and it's a matter of time. If he catch a case, then he gonna fat my pocket sitting in the cell. Then when he get back out, I'm gonna get him right back in the studio, and we're gonna do it again. You know, and it's not just the record people investing in private prisons. It's a lot of individuals that you wouldn't even imagine that got money in private prison. You know, yes, they may tell them, oh, we're investing in such, but even if they don't research it deep to find out, to know that you investing in a private prison. And guess what? They sleeping good at night and they let it go. You know, prison ain't gonna disappear. It's an industry. That's why it ties into the injustice of the criminal justice system. All of it is feeding it. They call it the belly of the beast. It has to be fed, you know?
What
Yeah.
let me ask you this, Troy. What do the youngins need? Do they need more discipline or love?
They need discipline, they need structure, and they need love, right? But they need it young, very young. I just watched a video with the kids out of Chicago. Followed the lady home with her son and her daughter. And y'all had the audacity to jump them like they're a pack of hyenas. Like, you know, I don't give a damn the excuse being a follower, whatever. It's unacceptable, because you lost sight of a human being. You're hitting a grown person, you're hitting a little person, then you pulling a little girl's hair. So you don't even have the spiritual nature to feel that something is wrong.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
At some point, you should have the spiritual nature to feel that something is wrong. Even as a kid, I felt that even more, because I was more spiritually intact, to know when I did something, when something was wrong, when I shouldn't have done something, you know? And we so far gone, and then when you had the parents trying to defend, I like the boy D1. and they don't want to hear that, but I like the boy D1 because we need the balance. You know, I like to hit the gangsters. I like to hit it, all right, but I like to hit D1 too. I miss Conscious, right? I miss that. Talk that talk.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, y'all gotta check out that new Daylight album, man. That shit hard as dope.
Love to hear Killer Mike talk, you know, because this lineage that I'm cut from, that. Like, we gotta produce a better fruit, man. We can't keep producing what we producing, bro. You know, I never seen so many young guys make it. I'm talking about getting millions, make it, and way doing dumb shit, telling on themselves on wax, and go to prison, man.
Man, let me ask you this, man. If you could speak to your 17-year-old self on camera right now, what would you say?
I would say, man, put 2 feet into that music, man. Get in that studio, build you a studio, pull away, because I had the talent to do it. I had the talent to do it. Put 2 feet in that music, make something that nobody can deny. That's what I used to say. You know, if you good enough, right, motherfucker, one day you gonna make a song that can't nobody deny. And that's all I gotta tell dudes. Show me one of your songs that can't nobody deny.
That's real.
Because it's dudes that's less talented than you that have done it.
Definitely. We bear witness to that a whole lot nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, damn right.
So
that's what I love about you, man. You keep that shit real. You keep that shit funky.
That nobody can't. I will put true to myself out there, and I ain't gonna find too many people that would deny that song today.
That's facts. Incredible record. Timeless record. That's a timeless record right there, man.
Make something that can't nobody deny, because you know nothing's is gonna stop greatness. A greatness gonna find its way there.
And greatness found its way here on Hard Rapp Cafe, man, with Troy Ketchmore, man. And I want to say, you know, what does you being here, you know what I mean, back home, you know, doing what you're doing, what does that symbolize?
Perseverance, man. This wasn't supposed to happen if you left it up to the judge and jury. Perseverance, bro. I'm home because the victim's family wrote the parole board and called the parole board asking them to release me. Then when my lawyers showed Howard Gwynn and them that I was innocent, they wrote an extensive letter asking them to release me. And I made it home. But before that, in 27 years, you know how much has to go right? You know how many people I seen dying there? Like, before that, a lot has to go right. I have to be favored. I have to be blessed. It ain't just me, you know. Many days I had support. I had the family. Like, my head was down some days. I had to pull that joint up. I had to find the energy to keep it up, you know. While everybody went on with their life, you know, I had to fight. Ain't nobody get everything I got, I earned. That's the story of my life. I've always earned everything I got. When I got my ass whooped, I got my ass whooped. When I gave out ass whoopings, I gave them out. Like, I ain't skipped no stages, you know. And this stage ain't gonna be no different. I will be at the top. And I meet everybody there, you know.
Damn right. So what's next for the movement, man? You know, as far as I know, you got the Black Excellence, the 5th annual Black Excellence Gala, November 29th.
We created that as a balance to the narrative of black on black crime, gun violence, all of this you hear when we know blacks kill blacks, whites kill whites, Hispanics kill Hispanics, Asians kill Asians. But the narrative in ours is black on black crime. That's beat, the drum that's beat. So on this night, we created Black Excellence. We're gonna show you what the bulk of the people do in the community, whether it's running businesses, doing things for the community, leading from a political standpoint. Like, it's greatness being done in our communities. So that's why we're doing Black Excellence, November 29th at the Air Space Center in Hampton. And we're going to be giving out awards to people that's doing great things that you would never know their name, would never be highlighted in their life. We see you, though, because we out there with you.
I know one of the recipients, man, who was very appreciative, one of our bros, man. And when I talked to you and you told me that he would be receiving an award, Sick Mike, man, I can't.
Yeah, we got last year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
and that was
last year.
That was dope. That was dope, man. That's a good brother.
Yeah, because we know the stuff that brother do, but who else was gonna recognize him?
Exactly, bro.
You feel me?
Yeah, for real.
Think about some of the people I recognize. Who else gonna recognize these brothers for turning their life around? For doing like that? Or sisters?
Who are some of the other recipients of the awards that you have given out at these at the Black Excellence?
We've given Polecat. I've recognized Nene for changing his life around. Who else? Trig. Trig out here working, living productive, paying taxes, man. Just a whole lot of people, man. You know, this year we got Terry Fenner, Double XL. We got Judge Dante Bug from Harbor Homes, a judge in Alexandria. We got Anton Bethea, played for the Colts. One of the best people I met, man. You know, we got a lot of people, man. A lot of great stories, bro. I get an honorary doctorate tomorrow. You know, me and my sister, we get a doctorate tomorrow. So, you know, we accomplishing little milestones, but like one of my passions outside of hip hop was be a successful businessman. So, you know, when I get time to really lock in on my business, man, that's personal. That's gonna be something personal for me to like build this $1 million company, you know?
I wanna ask you this, man. Complete the sentence. The streets will never tell you that
it don't really love your ass.
The biggest lie we grew up on believing was
being a real nigga gonna be respected and honored.
A kid with no guidance will
die or go to prison. Or
man. What's the advice that would have saved your friends?
I don't even know, man. Because we got to be mature and at a place in our life to take the advice. Because we was given all the right advice.
Right.
But we weren't mature enough to take it and do nothing with it. That's why I'll tell people, I said, you know, they say knowledge is power. I said, no, it ain't. Knowledge is potential power. The application of knowledge is power. And you can know everything in the world, but if you don't use it, it just means you know some things. That's all. That's like Anderson said, man, you starving, you take a steak and rub it against your belly, that shit ain't gonna do nothing for you.
No, that's real shit right there. You know what I'm saying?
you gotta know how to cook it and eat it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, I just want to say, man, with that being said, man, it's been an honor, you know, for you to join us, man, here on Hard Rapp Cafe, man, the legendary.
Yes, sir.
Troy Ketchmore, man, and Ketchmore Kids. We got the Black Excellence Gala, November the 29th.
Right.
You know what I mean? And check for the activities and, you know, functions that Ketchmore Kids has going on. You'll see Troy, you know what I mean, working with the youth, man. Support our brother. We love you, bro. You know what I mean? And we here for you, man. And thank you, you know what I mean, again, for joining us, man. I really appreciate your time, man.
They can check us out at ketchmorekids.org. You know, and all the platforms, I am Troy Ketchmore on all the platforms.
Man, and I want to say, I love you, my nigga. I love you, man.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody out there, man, you have your whole journey. You are now showing and exemplifying the true definition of what it means to be a man. You feel me? And I think that's one of the most important things that the children that you inspire are going to get from you, because a lot of us who are males don't know the difference from being a man and just a male. Even though you might be over 18, that don't mean you're a man. That just means you're an adult male.
You're a man.
Me? Man deals with mentality. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain level of maturity. You know what I'm saying? Like when I teach the youth, I always tell them that, you know, back in the day when a man says, you know, talk to me like a man, that meant talk to me without the emotional attachment to it, just with logic and reasoning. Mm-hmm. Then also you had the saying, fight me like a man. Fight me like a man, that meant without no weapons, just hand-to-hand combat. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate what you're doing, man. I love your journey. I know you're going to keep going up, man. And I just want to tell you I love you, man. And I appreciate you, man. And I miss you, man.
For sure. Love y'all too, man.
Copy that. Love you, bro. And with that being said, this has been another episode of Hard Rapp Cafe. We out.